got way too many hoes on me, plus I'm drinking Henny. Stacks on me, trust I move with plenty. Touch on it only if you let me. Yeah, and I'm moving too fast. Had your chance, girl, that moment couldn't last.
Okay, welcome. My question to you today is being mindful. Do you have a challenge with staying focused and present in the moment? Do you see your mind just drift and go away and think about something else? Do you be texting and then being on the phone with somebody else and texting and not doing really one task at a time? Well, that's not being present in the moment with the things that you're trying to do, right? So the 3 states of mind: you have your reasonable mind, you have your wise mind, and you have your emotional mind. Let me express what each one means. Your wise mind is your most logical choice when you're making a decision. Your reasonable mind is, well, let me go back. It's not even that, right? When you're emotional, your emotional mind, that's impulsive. You're gonna do something impulsively. You're gonna be like, oh my God. Like, for example, let's say, somebody hits me, I impulsively attack back. That's impulsive mind. Whereas your reasonable mind is like, let me think about this. Should I interact or engage with the situation? That's your reasonable mind. It means you took a thought, you took a second back to think. Now, your wise mind is when you place the two together. You were emotional, you felt something, and you thought something, but you made a decision based on what you felt and you thought. That's your wise mind. I'm here to tell you that we're going to be mindful. We're going to have a little fun with this. Kick back, relax, take it slow. But we're going to learn how to engage our emotions, think about it, and become well fitted and suited and in control of our behaviors and emotions. So let's do this. Tune in. So your mindful what skills is for you to observe, participate, and describe. So observe. Can you observe what you feeling? Have you ever sat back in the present moment and you knew you was really emotional at that moment and observed how you reacted? Observe what you felt. Was it an intense emotion? Was it something that you could control, but you chose not to? Did you have a choice in the moment? These are things, when you feel in a certain way, just analyze it. Whether it's a good emotion or a bad emotion, observe yourself in a happy thing. Like if you're playing a sport or something, observe how you feel during that moment. Exercising, observe how you're feeling. Because once you observe how you feel when it feels to be in a great mood, and you have more control of yourself. This is the goal of this, is for you to have more control of you. I hate allowing people to control me. I don't want nobody controlling me. I don't want words to control me. I want me to control me. So let's do this. All right, now we're talking about participate. Be present in the moment and participate and actually feel, show up. So like if I'm playing a sport and playing basketball, I want to be in that moment and really get deep into it because I want to score. You want to score, right? Or if I'm reading a book, I want to be deep into that book so that way I understand what I'm gaining from that knowledge. I want to learn, Be present in that moment so you can get the best out of that moment. A little bit about myself was I had a challenge with being present in the moment. That's a hard thing because there's a lot of things going on, whatever happened in the past. You may be going through things with family and you're like, oh my God, I keep thinking about X, Y, and Z. But no, enjoy that moment because you'll never get that time back, right? And describe how you're feeling. What does it look like? Really dive deep into how you're feeling and say, this is how I feel and this is how I get when I feel X, Y, and Z. The moment you can break it down to yourself exactly what you're feeling and how you're feeling, you'll be able to identify your triggers. And that's what we want to do, right? We want to identify our triggers and how we show up during those triggers. Listen, A better you is better for your family. You get to show people a new way to move. This is new skills. This is not easy. This doesn't happen in one day. It's learning, it's training. And the key points I want you to take from the mindful what skills is observe, participate, and describe. Mindfulness how skills. I want you not to judge. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge people, right? So we all judge people, no matter what. I could see somebody walking down the block in some ugly ass clothes and be like, yo, that nigga look mad trashy. That's a bummy ass nigga, right? But don't judge. Like, if I'm judging, don't judge myself for judging. We all gonna, it happens, right? But don't judge yourself for judging. I like to take my own little spin to this, right? I found when I stopped judging people, I started thinking about me. Because usually when people judge people and they want to talk and gossip and blah, 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 they're not really working on themselves. They're so interested in what's wrong with you, they ain't fucking with what's wrong with them. And people got a lot of fucked up shit that they got inside them internally that they got to work on. But you here with me, so we gonna work through that, right? The next step is, right, staying focused. I'm not gonna lie to you. Staying focused is a challenge, right? Because we're so used to wanting to do this, then do this, then do that, and we got this great idea, and then people want to call it ADHD. I hate the terminology ADHD. I mean, you can train your mind. The human mind is very powerful. To focus on one thing. I hate the term, oh, we gotta multitask. You don't have to multitask. You can set out times to do certain things so you can get things done. The best skill I can say is organization. Organize what you're trying to do. Set timers. Yo, at 6 o'clock, I'm gonna do this. At 7 o'clock, I'm gonna do this. At 8 o'clock. Then it doesn't seem so hectic in your mind, right? So let's do that. And the last skill, lastly, for the house skills, is doing what works. What works for you? Some things we have, we're naturally good at. Like for me, I'm naturally good at reading. I'm naturally good with numbers. So that shit is just easy for me. So I can utilize that and say, yo, you know what? I can read, I can do numbers. So even if I can't stay focused in it, let me read X, Y, and Z amount of pages. I read 10 pages a day, right? Because I know that after 10 pages, I'm probably going to drift off, right? So 10 pages a day, I'm good. Of any book, a good book, I'm Gucci. And if I do math and numbers, I like to handle my money on me instead of just spending. If I count it and I say, hey, I spent X, Y, and Z and I'm supposed to have this, I know how much money I'm gonna have. So I'd rather be in control of that opposed to just freely spending and not really knowing what I have in my pocket or in my hands. I mean, the goal of this whole thing is for you to be more aware. Be more aware and more free and more open-minded to becoming better and improving so that way your lifestyle changes. This is about you. This is not about nobody else. And where I want to leave this off is that we're going to practice this, right? This is not something that's going to come overnight. It's not, because sometimes you're not aware that you're not even aware. And some people might get offended and feel a certain way about the things that I'm saying. But you're not those people. The people I'm talking to right now is the people who want to improve themselves. We're here to grow. Let's grow together. Because if I grow, you grow. If you grow, I grow, because we build off of each other energy. So if you're trying to get to the top, like I'm trying to get to the top, let's make it pop, let's make it hot. I mean, yo, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you're thinking. That's the mindful skills. If you need any advice or anything, write it down. We can talk about it. I'm here, I'm open, I'm free to talk. Let me know. Holla at your boy.